Hi, it's LeJanaro back with another video. If you're new here, welcome. If you're new here, welcome back. Today I am doing another Pinterest find clutch video. I am going to be using this fabric that I found in my stash. It is a canvas fabric. Not sure where I got it from. I might have got it out of mommy's stash. I don't know. I don't remember buying it because I don't really buy bright colors. I'm going to try and change that per mommy's request. And then this orange cotton cloth fabric as the lining. Trying to be quick with my intro because my GoPro has been acting up. So I don't want it to go out before I end this, before, I finish this intro. But these are the two fabrics that I'm using. I have to find a zipper to match it because I do need a zipper and some... I know that I need at least some D-rings to go with it as well. I've already drawn out the pattern with the measurements and everything. I will make sure that I put all of that in the description box below for you all and everything that I'm using. And I will also link the Pinterest video as well as the YouTube video because there is a YouTube tutorial on this video. This is not a tutorial. I just like to go through and make these things, the things that I find on Pinterest, as inspiration. And because I like making bags. Bags are one of my favorite things to make. I also like making garments as well. But I haven't been in the spirit to make any garments lately, so I'm making bags. I did, if you watch my vlog on... I can't remember, I can't even talk today. Can't remember what I posted it, but if you watch my vlog, I'm going to chat about some things that happened that day. I don't want to be real chatty in the intro because, again, my GoPro's messing up. So I don't want anything to be cut out, but I also don't want to be chatty in the intro. So, yeah, I'm going to tell you about some things about that day, as well as some other things, I think. So, all right, so let's get started. So in the video, I made a mistake with the flap. When I was putting the flap on, when I was basting the flap to the main piece, I placed the flap with right sides facing. When you place the flap to baste it to the main piece, place the wrong side to the right side of the main piece. So place the wrong side of the flap to the right side of the main piece. Instead of placing it with the right sides facing, place the wrong side of the flap to the right side of the main piece and baste it that way. But you'll see in the video how I did it. When I placed the flap to the main piece. I'm confusing myself, but anyway, in the video I say find the center of both pieces and baste the flap to the main piece with right sides facing, but baste the flap to the main piece putting the wrong side of the flap to the right side of the main piece. All right. So yesterday with the GoPro, I ended up taking the battery out for a few minutes and I put it back in and it started to work again. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to buy another battery and see if that helps. I got the GoPro from Brand Smart years ago. I was looking for a vlogging camera. And I have a Brand Smart card. That's why I shop at Brand Smart, because I have a card. I had a Best Buy card at the time, but I had maxed that thing out because the camera that I record on the table here, I bought that from Brand Smart and some other things. I'm not Brand Smart, Best Buy. And I had maxed that card out, unfortunately. So I couldn't use that for anything else. Thankfully, a couple of months ago, or was it the end of last year? I think it was the beginning of this year, a couple months into this year, I paid off all my credit cards, y'all. Cue applause. Anyway. But I had a Brand Smart card, and I bought the GoPro. And there's something about Brand Smart. I feel like with their electronics, they jack up the price to an obscene amount. If you're going to pay for a laptop, and I've done this, I've paid for a laptop at Best Buy for $250, and HP, love, 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 love. If you're going to pay $250 for a laptop at Best Buy, you're going to pay $450 or $500 at Brand Smart. I hope I said that right. Best Buy $250, Brand Smart is going to be $500 basically. They jack up the prices of their electronics for some reason. It just is what it is. I don't know why. But anyway, if you know why, let me know in the comments. So, I was looking for a vlogging camera. I wanted a Sony or a Canon, but the prices were like $1,000 for, I wanted the flip up screen is basically what I was looking for. And I mean, $1,000 for a camera. I was like, no. So I was just walking around and I saw the GoPro. And to be honest, the GoPro is more for like action vloggers. For people who do like the bike riding, water sports, you know, things like that. You know, you mount it on your car racing. That's normally what the GoPro is used for. But I thought it was cute, and I like cute little things for some reason. It's a thing with me. So I was like, this is cute, but it was expensive. GoPro, I have the GoPro Hero 8. I'm not going to upgrade. The camera was like $399 when I got it. And they're still about around the same price, $399, $499. But there's a Sony, the flip-up camera that I'm looking for. That's around the same price as well, $499. So if I upgrade, that is the one that I'm going to get. But that's not something I'm going to do right away. I'm just going to save my little coins. I don't know how long it's going to take to get the Sony that I want. But anyway, I decided to get the GoPro. I got all the accessories. I did get the flip up little screen for it. I got that off the GoPro website. I got all the accessories off of Amazon. So, but now the battery's acting up, so I'm gonna check out getting a new battery until I can get my Sony camera. But I'm still gonna use the GoPro as much as I can for the little things that I can, because it was quite expensive. So I'm going to use it till I can't use it anymore. The warranty, of course, has expired because I've had it a couple of years. And it has good quality filming. So I'm going to see if the battery will fix the problem that I'm having with it. So yesterday I was talking, you know, about how I was scared to walk because of my chest and everything. But I had to get out of the house. It was like a thing. Like, y'all, it's like the walls were literally closing in on me. So I got up and I got dressed. I looked up the routes on MARTA. And I called my mom. I said, Mom, I got to get out of the house. I got to get out of this house. And I walked to my bus stop, got on my bus, took the bus to the train station, and got on the bus that would take me to or near Joann. And where I went, it was Joann, Hobby Lobby, Michael's. I wanted to either go to Marshall's or Ross because I wanted some new house shoes, and I can always find those on for a really good price at those stores. I also wanted to go to Five Below and look for some stuff. I wanted to go to the Farmer's Basket in the mall and get me some charbroiled chicken. I had made some vegetables here at the house. So I wanted some charbroiled chicken to go with my vegetables for dinner. So everything was in the same place. So stand by. Let me get to my next, well, let me tell you what all I have cut out, my pieces. So this is the main body piece. I already cut the lining. So this is the main body piece. I cut two of the lining. This is the pocket that goes on one outside body piece. I cut two, but there's one. I'm going to make two of these. But since my fabric was folded in half, I went ahead and cut two. So you cut one of the pocket piece and one lining piece. It's going to go on one outside main piece. This is the flap. You cut one of the main piece and one of the lining pieces. Let me find while I'm saying that so you can get a better view of it. So this is the flap. You got one main piece and one lining piece of the flap. Set the extra pieces aside for the second one that I'm going to make. So technically the flap and pocket will go together because they'll both be on the outside. So this is the pocket main and the pocket lining. That's the flap main and lining. This is the body. You cut two, right? The body, the two main pieces, and the two lining pieces. And then I have to get my zipper, and this is the tabs you're going to need. If you want to do zipper tabs, you cut two zipper tabs as well. Depending on the zipper that I find, I may or may not do zipper tabs. I don't even know if I have an orange zipper in my tab. I may in my stash. In my stash. I may end up doing a white zipper. So I need to go find my zipper. And again, I will put all the measurements for everything in the description box below. And when I come back, I'll start putting this together and I'll finish telling you about my day. Okay, so I found this cream colored zipper. It's funny because I was at Hobby Lobby yesterday and they had zippers for 99¢. But I feel a ways about paying 99¢ for a zipper, an 8-inch zipper, when Fine Fabrics have them for 25¢. So I did get some 20, 24-inch, and 14-inch separating zippers for 99¢. But I wasn't paying 99¢ for an 8-inch zipper. But anyway, this is an 8-inch zipper I found in my stash. So I'm using an 8-inch zipper. I have some plastic snaps. They're white, so you're going to need some plastic snaps. And I think that's it for now. My tabs, I went ahead and pressed them. I have two of them. So the long edge, I went ahead and pressed them in half, and then I pressed both ends to the center and then folded them in half and pressed them. I'm going to find some the smallest D-rings or circle rings I can and use those. Before I add the circle rings or the D-rings, I'm going to sew down both ends. I actually found some orange cone fabric. Can you believe it? So I'm going to sew down both edges before I add the D-rings or circle rings to these. And I'll tell you how I'm going to sew these once I get to that part. But I did want to show you how I assemble these first and how I'm going to sew them to finish them off. So I'm going to set those to the side. This is the body. The body and the lining. I'm going to set that aside. I put a pin and I marked on the lining the edges that I'm going to sew for the flap, and that is the 5.25 edge. All right, that's the edge I'm going to sew for the flap. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to place them with right sides facing. Not the edge that I'm going to sew, but the edge that needs to be the top part. Sorry about that. Yes, the edge. This is going to be the top part of your flap, the 5.25 edge, because you want to make sure it matches up right. So you're going to place them with right sides facing, meaning you're going to sew the 4.5 edge. So you're going to place them with right sides facing. So on your, if you make pattern pieces like me, this is your 5.25 edge and this is your 4.5. So you're going to sew down, across, and back up the 4.5. You get what I'm saying. Sometimes I feel like I over explain things. So place them with right sides facing, pin your edges across the bottom. But I guess sometimes it's better to over explain than not explain enough. Right? So where did I leave off in my story? So I got to the MARTA station. I put some more money on my MARTA card because I only had like $9 on my MARTA card. Each way is $2.50, so a ride is $5. So I only had $9 on my card, so I made sure I added more money on my MARTA card. And I got on the next bus. There's a little bit of wait, about 15 minutes. So I got on the next bus that took me out to the mall area, because there's a mall out there and a lot of different stores. And the bus, when I say the bus driver was driving, I don't know if the bus driver was driving fast or what, but I swear every time he slowed down and stopped, it just threw me to the edge of the seat. Like, it was so funny. I was like, I'm gonna mess around and hit my head on the seat in front of me. They reckless. Anyway. Hilarious. It was me and one other person on the bus going out that way. But I made it safely, thankfully. So this is the flap. You're going to take it and you're going to sew all the way around. They do tell you the seam allowance. So I am going to sew a 1/2 inch. Make sure you check the instructions that they have, but I'm thinking a 1/2 inch or 3/8 inch will be fine. I'm just gonna sew 1/2 inch because I didn't check myself, so I'm gonna go with a 1/2 inch. I'm gonna sew a 1/2 inch around the flap. All right, so now you're going to take the pocket and the 6-inch side, because you gotta, and these are the measurements that I use. They do give you measurements in the instructions, but so there's one thing. This is why I want a centimeter ruler, so I can actually, when I find these things on Pinterest and they're using centimeters, they do break the measurements down in inches, but it's like 5.2. So I just use my own measurements. Like I may go 5.25 or something like that on my own measurements. So I just broke these measurements down to my measurements, the closest thing for me. So I did 6 by 7 for my pocket. So my 6-inch measurement is the top of the pocket for me. So what you're going to do, you're gonna do a dart at the bottom of your pocket. So I'm going to turn them And you're going to do one on your pocket and your lining. I'm going to use my little Fiskars ruler. So I'm going to measure up. I'm going to measure up and across 1 inch. I'm going to try to do this way so you can see it. Up and across 1 inch. And I like this little ruler because it has the diagonal here. So I can mark my 1 inch, right? 1 inch. I'm going to do it on both sides. And if you want to, using your ruler, you can go ahead and draw your dart. Well, no. Well, you can if you want to. I'm just going to make my little triangle. I'm just going to freehand it. You're just making a dart. Mine looks weird and wonky. But you're just going to take it to the sewing machine and squeeze it. Ooh, it looks funny. Anyway, you're going to squeeze and you're going to sew your dart, right? Right. Sew your dart on both your main and your lining. Right, so I made it out, and I wasn't sure how far before I say that, and remember, this is your 6-inch, right, edge at the bottom where I'm doing my dart. So I wasn't sure how far the bust stops went down, so I just got off as close as I thought. So I ended up getting off by Hobby Lobby. And Joann is a little bit of a hike from Hobby Lobby. But Hobby Lobby, Michael's, Marshall's, Ross, all of that is kind of in the same area. So I said, you know what? I'm going to get off at Hobby Lobby. And the mall. The mall is close to Hobby Lobby as well. All of that is in the same area. But Joann's is kind of like, I'll say it's no further than a mile. Please forgive my darts. They're ugly. I know. It's a little bit of a walk. But I said, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and go to Hobby Lobby. And, you know, see, I was looking for clearance mainly. Clearance stickers, clearance planner stuff. So I went in there, I found a few sticker books, and they had the 40% off the sticker books and the planners anyway. So I always go when they have the 40% off. That way I'm never disappointed. And I did find some really cute sticker books. Because I'm a planner nerd now, as well as a sewing nerd. So I did find some cute planner stuff. I went over to the sewing area, grabbed a couple of 99-cent zippers, separating zippers for the jackets that I want to make, the cute jackets. And then I, you know, made the trek over to Joann. And when I say I was tired, I was so tired because I didn't realize, you know, I usually drive, so I didn't know I had to walk up some stairs to get to Joann. Once I made it over to that side, I didn't know I had to then walk up some stairs. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I don't know where it stopped recording, but I got my darts pinned. After I sew my darts, I'm going to take this and I'm going to place it right sides facing. I'm going to pin and I'm going to sew this across, flip it, and then I'm going to top stitch. Right, same thing with the flap. Once I sew it, I'm going to turn it to the right side and then I'm going to top stitch around the flap. All right, and then I'll come back and tell you the rest of my story about Joann's. I don't know if it cut off before I told you, but I was kind of giving you the gist of how much I walked yesterday. I did over 14,000 steps. All right, so I'm going to take everything to the sewing machine that we talked about, and then I'll finish my story. Okay, so I have the flap done and I have the pocket done. So now I'm going to grab one of the main body pieces. I'm going to turn it on its side. I'm just going to fold it in half to find the center. Alright, I'm going to find the center of my flap. I'm going to put that with right sides facing. Pin that. I'm going to sew that across. Also going to add my pocket to that. So I'm just going to flip my flap up. Kind of move that out of the way, and I'm going to pin my pocket. So you're just going to have to maneuver this pocket on because it's a little, bit bigger than your main piece. So you're just going to have to, kind of pin that, and you're going to sew down the side across and then back up the other side. So you're just going to have to kind of scrunch it on here. So where was I in my story? So went to Hobby Lobby. So yeah, maneuver this pocket on here, you know, best way you can. Let me slide this up before I start the next part of my story. Go ahead too and take your 2 tabs. I'm just going to slide these on here. Just found some little D-rings. Now remember, you're going to have to add a zipper to the side. So don't put these all the way over on the side. So I'm just going to put these in. I'll go over about 1 inch and put it on the other side of the inch mark on both sides. And then I'll base these in place. Alright, so left Hobby Lobby, walked to Joann. That was a hump. Walked up those stairs. Legs and feet were burning, okay? So I think if I do this again, I'm going to start at Joann, since that's the longest walk. So I'll get put off. I might try another bus, because there's another bus that goes out that way, and I think it goes on the road by closest to Joann. I'll have to try to figure that out. There's 2 buses that go out that way. One that goes down the mall road, and the other one I think that goes down the road that's closest to Joann. So I think I'm going to check out that other bus next. But anyway, got to Joann, and I talk about that on the actual vlog video. They didn't really have anything pattern wise. The only Know Me pattern that I really wanted was the color block one with the waves. Sending a text message to my sister. The one with the waves, the color block with the waves. That's the only Know Me pattern I really, really wanted. And I couldn't find that, so I ended up just picking up old McCall's patterns. I ended up just picking up old McCall's patterns, and so I'm not going to do a pattern haul video at all. I'll just, whatever I plan on doing, what am I doing? I was like, I'm doing that all wrong. Sorry about that. Make sure you put your pocket on the right way. That's why you don't talk during videos, right? There we go. That's better. Maybe I need to stand up. Okay, there we go. That's much better. So yeah, I'm just going to do a video at some point talking about what I'm going to actually do. What I plan on doing with these patterns. And when I say maneuver these pockets, I really mean maneuver. Yeah, talking about what I'm going to do with those patterns, because they're old patterns. So I'm going to pick some fabric and just talk about what I'm going to do with the patterns. So the best way for me to get this pocket on here is just start at the bottom instead of the sides. So yeah, went to Joann. I think I picked up 4 or 5 patterns, but they were old patterns. Like I said, I'll just do a video on, I don't even remember what I got, to tell you the truth. Most of them were top patterns, and they're also from Pinterest things that I've seen. Some color block patterns, so yeah. So after Joann, it's so funny, when I got in there, I had to get some Gatorade. I was so hot and thirsty. And I'm not a huge Gatorade drinker, but there are certain flavors that I will drink. I was so hot and thirsty. So I grabbed a fruit punch. They have fruit punch and I think lemon or whatever the flavor that is, that lemon-like flavor. So I grabbed a fruit punch and paid for it, and I drank that while I was in the store. So after I left Joann, I went to the mall. I got my chicken because there was no need me walking down to... I was going to either go to Marshall's or Ross, whichever one I got to first. But I was like, there's no need me walking down, then walking back up. So I got to the mall. I saw there was a fair out in the parking lot, so I got some footage of that. Went and got my chicken. Then I got to Ross first. So I'm going to sew around my pocket, baste it in place. And also base my, what is that called? Oh my gosh, flap. Went to Ross. The line was so long. I did find what I was looking for, but then I noticed that it was coming apart, the slippers. Put those back, left Ross, went to Michael's, went to Five Below. I couldn't bring myself to find Marshall's. There was a Burlington there. I couldn't bring myself to go in there. I just went back to the bus stop. The bus came earlier than was scheduled, so I was glad I went to the bus stop, went back to the train station, got on my bus home, and came home. So it was a great day. I'm glad I went outside. All right, so get ready to take this to the sewing machine, and also this as well. So we got it. Got the pocket on, you got the flap on, you got your tabs on. Now we're going to put this together like a regular clutch, right? That seems to be how most of these little Pinterest and Instagram bags are ending, right? Grab your zipper. Doesn't matter which sides you start. One main piece, one lining piece, one main piece, one lining piece. With this main piece and lining piece, make sure you move your flap out of the way if it's in your way. And you do this just like we do any other one, right? Make sure the right side of your zipper is facing down on the right side of your fabric, right? And just make sure this little piece here is all the way out, because it could tend to roll over when you flip that flap up. Just make sure that's straight. All right, and if you have to put a clip or a pin there, make sure you can do that. I'm just gonna stick a clips to hold that in place. And you all have seen me do this I don't know if it's been 100 times, but it's been a lot. So not gonna do too much explaining on this part. Just gonna continue to finish telling you about my day. This zipper might be a tad smidge bit bigger than 8. So I'm just gonna maneuver it a little bit. Just make sure I have enough room to sew away from my zipper pull and everything. So yeah, got back on the bus, made it back to the bus station, and I realized why it's been taking so long for the bus to get to me when I get to my bus stop out here. They make the bus, they're detouring the bus. So instead of it just going the main route, it's making the bus make so many twists and turns. So on the weekend, it's supposed to be on a 24-minute route versus during the week, it being on like a 10 or 15-minute route. The bus has to make so many twists and turns. It's ridiculous for these detours. It's crazy. So now I see why I'm standing at the bus stop for like 35-40 minutes because of all the detours. But anyway, that's just me venting. I see why now. So because usually it does not take the bus that long to get to me, but now I see why it's taking so long because of all the detours. So yeah, I got home, and when I say everything was thriving, everything was thriving. But I did over 14,000 steps. I'm going to take this to the sewing machine and sew down this side. So I'm going to add the other main piece and other lining to the other side of the zipper. Right, so just in my head trying to make sure I do this right. I think that's right. Trying to make sure my so when I do my strap, nothing. Yeah, I think that's right. Okay. So my chest and everything, because I was telling you I was having a chest pain and stuff like that. My chest actually feels better, because I was telling you all I think I have GERD, and one of the things that they were saying to help that is diet and exercise. I do watch my diet, but I haven't been getting out and exercising like I wanted to. But I was kind of scared to get out yesterday and walk and everything, but I went out and did it, and I actually feel better. My chest is not, I'm not feeling the discomfort in my chest as much as I was. It's not completely gone, but it's nowhere near what it was. I was able to sleep last night minus the bathroom trips. But I mean, I will say I'm at like 80% better with the chest discomfort, which is amazing. I'm going to sew down this side. Yeah, it's amazing how much the chest discomfort has gone away. So yeah, so that's another reason why I'm glad I got up and did my adventure. Glad I got up, got out, and did my adventure. Right, so now I'm going to unzip my zipper, flip that down, my little flap, and I'm going to place this right side spacing. Make sure your little tab things. Now you actually don't have to add these in the video. I don't think she added these little D-ring things. I think she just took a swivel clasp and just clasped them to her tabs. So that's up to you if you don't want to waste any hardware. I like the hardware, but just make sure they're out of the way if you add hardware. Right, place that with right side spacing. Your lining with right side spacing. Grab some pins. Make sure everything matches up nice and neat. Make sure you have that flap in there because you want to make sure it's sewn in. You don't want any raw edges. Alright. Gonna pin or clip all the way around depending on the type of fabric you're using. If you're using any faux leather or cork, you don't want to use pins. You're going to leave an opening in your lining so you can turn the bag once you're done. I didn't mention this before, but if you are using a cotton cloth, mine was a canvas fabric, so I didn't need to use any interfacing. But if you, let's say you're using a cotton cloth that's kind of thin like my lining, you do want to use a fusible fleece to make it more sturdy. But in my videos last week, I did use fusible fleece on some of my bags. But I have a ton of tutorials on the channel. I have playlists of tutorials on the channel, so if you're looking for, you know, start to finish tutorials, plenty of those on here in a playlist. I'll see if I can link those at the end. I have to remember to do that in my outro. But yeah, I'm feeling better. I'm not feeling any chest, well, I'm not gonna say I'm not feeling any chest discomfort, but because it's gone down so much, it's giving me the illusion that I'm not feeling any chest discomfort. I'm still going to the doctor tomorrow on Monday. Like I said, this is Sunday when I'm recording this, but it's probably like Wednesday or either Friday before this will go up. But yeah, we'll see. I'll let y'all know what me and the doctor talks about and what's the next steps. But the main step is for me to, get some of this weight off of me and continue on with my, getting better with my blood pressure and my the other things that are going on with me. Yeah. So that was my adventure. I'm gonna start here, sew all the way around, stop here, leave my opening so I can turn this to the right side, and then add my snaps. Also, let me say this. This is my personal journey that me and my personal doctor came up with for me. I can't tell anybody else what to do on their personal journey. Okay? This is for me, that I consulted a professional with. Now, also, when I say in the other video, I think I have GERD, this is me diagnosing myself. I don't have a professional diagnosis on this. I'm going to see my doctor on Monday. I'm going to talk to her about it. And if she agrees, then we'll go from there. You know, she'll probably run some tests and different things like that. But from all of the symptoms and stuff that I was having, that's what it sounds like. Of course, we'll run tests and stuff. I'm going to insist on it. But anyway, yeah, like I was saying, this is my personal journey. This is not for anyone else. This is for me. Alright, so I got it all sewn around. Gonna turn it to the right side. After I finish this today, I'm gonna edit both videos. I'm going to come up with an AM and PM routine for myself. You would think as much as I plan in my little planners, I would already have an AM and PM routine, but I do not. I just roll out of the bed. Well, I wake up, I listen to my devotional, and then I roll out of bed. I did that wrong. We learn lessons on this channel. I did that so wrong. But that's fine. We're going to keep on rolling with it. I'll tell you what I did wrong in a second. Gosh, garly. We were on a roll. We were on a roll. We were doing so well. You probably can see what I did wrong, but all right. All right. So I can zip this up. So what I did wrong, my flap. When I put my flap on, I probably should have, instead of putting it right size facing and basting it, I probably should have put it wrong size facing. Because look. See. Or, well, no. I was thinking, or I could have put my pocket on the other piece. And I could have put my flap. Yeah, I could have put my pocket, but then these things would have been in the wrong place. Yeah, so I'm just going to go with, I should have put my flap wrong side facing. Yeah, I should have put my flap wrong side facing. And then when we got here, when I flip this down, the right side should have been facing that way. Yeah. So y'all know I'm really transparent with my mistakes. So I'm gonna film a part of the intro and let y'all know I made a mistake. That way, if you're like me, I like to follow videos from the beginning tutorial. Well, this is not a tutorial. The person on Pinterest has a tutorial on YouTube that I'm going to link. But yeah, anyway. So I'm just going to continue and roll with it. I'm going to grab my snap pliers, 2 of the smoothie parts. So yeah, I'm going to film a little blurb at the beginning and let you know I made a mistake. And we gonna roll with it. Roll with it, baby. Alright. Stop singing because I don't want to get a YouTube strike. Find the center as best you can. I'm going to pretend this is the center. Oh, let's see. I'm going to pretend this is the center. I'm going to puff this up as much as I can. Oh, I'm so sad about that. Not really, but I am a little bit. And then I'm going to take my awl and just poke through all layers, including the pocket, not the actual bag, but the pocket and the flap, right? Making my hole, right? I'm going to take one flat part, and this is the flap. Take one flat part, right? I'm going to take the other flat part, and I'm going to stick it from the back side of the pocket through the hole. Just so it's in there. Boom, ba-bam, ba-bam. Right. I'm gonna take the innie. I'm gonna put it on the pocket. I'm gonna take the outie and put it on the flap. Alright, outie, pressing it down. Sliding my little pliers, sliding the smooth part on the black part of my pliers. Pressy, pressy, pressy. Pressure. Pressing that down. Smooth part on the back on the black part of my pliers. Applying pressure. I like that song. Pressure. I'm gonna make another one of these, of course, and do it right. Alright, and you got it. There you go. And then you add, these are very loose, but you add a little strap on here. and you carry it away. Right? And you got your zipper part there. And I'm going to go and watch her tutorial again. And there you go. All right, that is it. I finished my little Pinterest inspiration bag. It doesn't look that bad with my mistake. I'm being dramatic, but I did put the little insert at the beginning of the video about the mistake that I made with the flap. But I mean, it's still cute. So I did, I have my little snap on here. Here's a little pocket. You got your zipper here, right? You have your little tabs here where you can put a strap on it here. I did link all of the information that you'll need in the description box below, including where I got the inspiration from. They have a Pinterest video. They also have a YouTube channel with a tutorial. I linked all of that information below in the description box. I feel like I'm all crooked, but that's okay. I did buy a new stand for my GoPro. I got it off of Amazon. I will link that information below as well. This is not just for the GoPro. If you have a camera, you can put this on your camera as well. This will be an affiliate link. I finally set up my Amazon store. Yay me. I've had affiliate links in the past, but I never set up my store. So I finally got approved for an Amazon storefront. There's not much on there now, but I am continuing to add more things to my Amazon store, which again is an affiliate link. There's no extra cost to you if you buy anything from my Amazon store. I just get a small little commission from the things that you buy from my Amazon store. Yay. Took me years, but I finally got it. So yeah, this is a little stand. So my GoPro won't be wobbly or crooked anymore. And it extends to my height, so I'm proud. But anywho, that is it. This is my little pouch. I also talk about my adventure day that I had and how I feel better. The chest discomfort is almost gone, so I'm happy. Right, so my GoPro is starting to act up. Question of the day, will you make this pouch? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching. Hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.